Namaskar, everyone. Um, I hope I'm both visible and audible. Um, and yeah, I hope everybody's here and we can get started with the event. So, a warm welcome to everybody present here and thank you for joining us on this occasion. I'm Bharti Rao from S2 Tripoli and I'll be guiding you through this event. But before that, can you all turn your cameras on? Anybody volunteer? We want to see. Thank you. Yeah. Anybody else? That's nice. It's okay, guys. You can turn your cameras on. I've been there, attendee. It's okay. Turn on. Nice. I hope a lot of girls will turn their cameras on today. Women's Day session. Mm, okay. Okay. Let's get started. Vision. Vision helps us to do mission, and mission leads us to passion. And today, on this very occasion of International Women's Day, we are here to refurbish that vision. Ayud Amritapuri has organized a forum for its youth to discuss financial sustainability for women in this present era. But before getting started on the discussion, I'd like to call Parvati for the prayer.
ध्यायामोधवलावकुण्ठनवती तेजोमयीं नैष्टिके स्निग्धापाङ्गविलोकिनीं भगवती मन्दस्मितश्रीमुखी वात्सल्यामृतवर्षिणीं सुमधुरम् सङ्कीर्तनालापिनी श्यामां की मधुसेक्तसूक्तिम् अमृतानन्दात्मिकामीश्वरी ॐ अमृतेश्वरे नमः ॐ अमृतेश्वरे नमः ॐ अमृतेश्वरे नमः
Thank you, Parvati. Um, now, getting back to the main event of the evening, which is Women's Day. So, happy Women's Day to every woman in this meeting. International Women's Day is a day for celebrating women who work hard every day to achieve personal and professional goals. We see them every day in your house and my house, right? But this date of March 8th was chosen for the celebration as it marks the day when women in Soviet Russia started protests for the right to vote, which they were granted in 1917. So, this day acknowledges the value and the importance of women in our lives and all around the world, right? But on a slightly personal note, I think this celebration shouldn't be circumscribed to only one single day, right? Every day is special for women. So, now moving on to the topic of the discussion, which is financial sustainability. We have seen it. So, financial sustainability always makes someone confident and independent, is what we've heard. We're here to discuss on this, on how women can attain financial sustainability in the three different stages of life. And this will be done by sharing certain experiences and few unsaid inspirations. And the three stages that I'm talking about are adolescence. This is where we mold ourselves into meaningful versions, right? Then it is the adult period, a time when one dives and explores the new spheres of life. And then the elderly, where one explores the areas that spark their interest. And then they polish their skills to contribute something beyond oneself, right? This is what we'll be discussing about. And without wasting any time, let's invite group young minds, Girindra A. Nair from S4 Mechanical and Yamuna Krishnan from S4 BCA to discuss the adolescent stage. Over to you.
Thank you, Bharati. Namaskar all. We are from the group Young Minds. I am Girindra from S4 Mechanical Engineering.
I'm Shayal, myself, Yamuna Krishna from S4BCA Data Science.
Little girls with dreams become women with vision. As part of Women's Day with the theme Gender Equality Today for Sustainable Tomorrow, we are here to have discussion on the topic financial sustainability for adolescents. Adolescence is that phase of transition between childhood and adulthood, opening up the door to self discovery and self awareness and inflame a clear vision of life, molding into simpler yet meaningful versions of ourselves and map out the future ahead. Financial independence helps in connecting with our future selves, serving an advantage to improve the ability to emotionally connect with one's future, and parallelly increasing the likelihood in attainment of financial.
Okay, so I'll start off with an inspirational story of a young girl who was always intrigued by seeing pilots and planes and dreamed of becoming one someday. And she is Maitri Patel, India's youngest female commercial pilot. And the girl who chose all odds to dream went on to even make the dream come true at a tender age of 19. But it wasn't always easy for Maitri. She did have her fair share of struggles, and being from a not so well off family, like Maitri's father works as a farmer, and her mother works for a health department in Surat, and they even had to sell their ancestral land to pay their daughter's fees for on-ground training in Mumbai, and eventually they had to send her to USA as well for further pilot training courses. And her father also used to transport passengers from Surat to Mumbai to earn money. And quoting what she said in one of her interviews, like, I finished my training and asked my father to come to the United States, and after which I flew at 3,500 feet. For me, it was like a dream come true. Like, while training for commercial piloting, Maitri is said to have completed an 8 month long course in just 11 months. So, in short, we can say that Maitri's success is the result of her labor and her parents' sacrifice. Her constant effort and determination has taken to that dimension that she always wanted to be. And she proved that sky's not the limit. Right, Giri?
Whoa, pilot at the age of 19, and here we are 20 years old. Anyways, that was indeed inspirational, Yamuna. Imagine aiming for something at a very young age and making that come into a reality. That's a wake up call to many of us, I must say.
Yeah. I know, like many of us are still figuring out our careers and what to pursue in the future, right?
Yeah, just a reminder of the times I lose my sanity from having to deal daily with the existential crisis.
Yeah, that's true. It happen often. Like, wait, Giri, don't you have an anecdote to share with us?
Oh, yeah, I know a girl who lives nearby my house. After her father's demise, the responsibility to take care of the whole family was on her. She helped her mother, who worked at a tea shop. She's pursuing her bachelor's degree in arts. Being the eldest in the family, she was the one who used to take care of the household chores. And after that, she went to the college. She used to take tuition for small kids, and when that income was not enough, she did part time jobs at supermarkets. She was the only hope and strength of her family. From her small earnings, she managed to provide for her family's need and her expenditure. Her hard work and determination had helped her throughout her life till now. She has earned the respect of all those who know her. So, having shared stories of two strong women, what do you have to say about the two of them, Yamuna?
Well, if you take a close look on their lives, They share some commonalities, like the foremost being that both of them have become financially stable at such a young age, and obviously it was not shared like that brought them up to that level. And there is a big hand of persistence, dedication, determination, and we can say the main ingredient, lots and lots of hard work, and which has close need to form what they have become and what they are today. Is it?
Absolutely, Yamuna. Elaborating on that exact point, the families were pretty dependent on them. They already had their share of struggles, and to add more, the responsibilities of taking care of their respective families and to prosper in their aim and still managing it all. It does indeed needs to be appreciated and talked about.
Yeah. Today, most youngsters like you, me, everyone tends to give up so early. And in this chart also, we can see that these many girls are not financially stable, right?
Yeah, only 2% were financially independent and 7% partially independent. So our question is, what can they do to be independent and how can they plan their future? Any group member can share their opinion.
Hello. Um, I would like to say that, in my opinion, exposing them to different skill development or trainings would be helpful. Like people interested in business can be given business training so that they can think about starting their own business, which will result in self-employment or entrepreneurship. And people who are interested in the IT sector or electrical sector can go for internships so that they can learn as well as earn, which will give them financial stability as well.
Thank you, Bhavan. So, any more opinions?
Okay, so I would like to say that those women should have in, in this age like financial education should be mandatory in our school system, which is not and they seen that 91% of them are actually dependent, while in schools the girls are one who are more forward in studies and still they end up in a very dependent state. So to change this, I recommend financial education in schools mandatory. So I think that would be solution for a better financially stable women or individual.
Thank you, Anand. Yeah, to sum up this, for women to feel
Well,
financial,
we
yeah,
have Devika here raising her hand. I think she has something to say.
yeah,
Devika?
I would like to say that people who are interested in teaching, creative writing, and they can do some internships or some courses in many platforms like Coursera, edX, NPTEL, so that they can earn uh, uh, something to be financially stable.
absolutely. So, to
Namshivaya.
sum up, yeah, go ahead.
I would like to add a point. Most of us had heard about the legal right awareness, like it can be associated with work, earning, property, banking, etc. And what we can do is to spread about the legal rightness by educating students and people, and this will help them to empower the people to demand on justice, accountability, and for the effective remedies at all levels. Yeah, that's my opinion. Thank you.
Thank you, Megha. So, to sum up this, for women to feel financially secure, or anyone to feel financially secure, for that matter, the foremost thing needed is first understand financial independence. Financial independency won't diminish just by talking about empowerment. It's to be executed at the ground level. Quoting stable investor founder Dave Ashish. Due to our society's archaic ideas about what women can do and what they cannot, and at times due to women's own choice, many women keep their distance from money matters. It is very important for the women of the house to participate in money matters. They may not be interested in it and may want the men to manage money in its entirely. But this approach isn't correct. It increases dependency on one person, and that is not advisable from the risk management aspect as well. So, what's the best approach, Yamuna?
Yeah. We can provide them with financial education along with their basic education, like provide them with more opportunity to practice savings and determination, the key factor or the wake up call to a human will. And we need to have a strong determination to reach our goal, like no matter what comes in our way, help them and connect and grow their social circle. And talking about social circle, a support system also plays a great hand in women's success, and having a good social circle won't just reduce one's tightness and or distress, but it actually provides a chance for a person to have a different outlook towards a stumbling block or even life as a whole. And a healthy support system involves you being accountable to someone, like fellowshipping with others who have similar problems and gaining knowledge about yourself. And without a good friend circle or a great support from the right mentors and a safe space to grow, one cannot achieve financial stability. Thank you. That's all.
Thank you.
Thank you, Giri, and thank you, Yamuna. That was quite insightful, right? As we have heard their opinions and the discussion, now I think having financial education right from the beginning can kickstart one's career, right? And we're yet to start our careers, all of us here. So this also gives us great deal of confidence to chase our dreams and achieve them, no matter how odd and difficult they are. And it's never too late, my friend, to start on financial education and intelligently become financially independent. So, but if even if any of us have missed out on this in the early stage, you don't have to worry. And to know why, let's give it up to Jitesh from S4 Triple E and Shrita from S2 Triple E, representing the group Wonder Woman, to talk about the adult stage.
Hello. Namaste everyone. We are from Wonder Woman Group, and I am Jitesh C from S4 Triple.
And I'm Srita Lakshmi from S2 Triple. Jitesh, who come to your mind on this special day?
My mother only.
Oh, really? I do memorize my mother. Can you share some beautiful experiences with us?
Yeah, sure. Uh, my mother is the only one spell in my mouth when anyone asks about the inspiring woman you have ever seen. Even though she's working as a teacher, she keeps a time to spend with me. I can proudly say that she's not only a teacher, but also she's a good Kathakali artist.
Oh, is she continuing, still continuing?
No, she's not continuing because after marriage, she discontinued her interest on Kathakali and started preparations to become a teacher. Other than this, she has so many innate traits. Only some could I can see. She shared about the series of challenges that she faced in her life and she failed in so many challenges, but she never failed to try. Her perseverance and confidence can be seen in her achievements. While talking about her, I remember that she took so much effort to make me to focus on studies as well, and even it's hard for me to cope up with all the subjects. And also, she made me an interest to study on mathematics as it was her subject, and she keeps time to motivate me to have a good career in future, and even still supports me in my studies as well. And she never fails to correct me in my mistakes in time, and keeps loving and caring me now itself. And even though I had gone through so many challenges in life, not only as a student but also as a person in the society.
Oh, great. Really proud of her that she overcome each and every difficulties and attain this position.
Yeah, I am still proud that she's my mother. Is there any personalities who inspired in your life?
Yes,
Who is she?
Lakshmi and Menon. I think she's the most inspiring personality that I ever seen.
Oh, I know something about her. Can you add some?
Yeah, she is not just an entrepreneur who has climbed the stairs of success, but becoming a role model. She also becoming a role model for the young women who are aspiring to become a businesswoman. And also, she is an enthusiastic personality with unique ideas. And I think I would share some of her contributions too. The one contribution she had done was the Chikuti dolls that she made by the damaged handlooms and were sold out for rupees 25. And those monies were collected and given to the weavers, like who were lost everything in the flood. And the other one was Amumatiri that ensured the employment and income to elderly living old age homes too.
Oh. Sridhar, have you heard about the miniature houses or Covidu that we recently heard?
Yeah, it was during the lockdown. She appealed to everyone who was inside or stuck inside the home and make miniature houses of COVID to give the police person like health workers and other frontline workers. And now she is planning a project called Royalless.
Oh. Is she a member of the National Innovation Foundation, Gonia? That I heard already. That's what I asked.
Yes, she was selected as a governing council member of National Innovation Foundation in 2018, and she won countless awards and honors, including the prestigious Vanita Woman of the Year award in 2017, and also an online media house included her in a list of 10 most inspiring women entrepreneurs. And she is really a great woman who is easily showing how to earn through small things. A designer by profession, Lakshmi and Menon runs the organization Pure Living in Cochin. And it is dedicated to the finding some sustainable livelihood solution and also some awareness to the society, giving more importance in green living. And also other one, her contribution was the pen with love, that the plantable pens made up of paper with seeds that grow into a tree once it is disposed. And initially, it was given employment to more than 30 rural women who has flexibility to make pens from home as well. And the unit have the capacity to produce 3,000 plus pens a day. And in a World Economic Forum 2021 Davos agenda, her project shares was a born feature United Nations list of Bengal social welfare schemes. And also, she is setting an idea model for waste management, employment generation, along with ensuring availability of beds during pandemic where the demand wasn't high. In her words, identifying the need of the society is the base of creating opportunity.
And also Sridhar, in a sum, she's really a great woman who is easily showing how to earn through small things. We all can inspire her. She's showing us that we can become entrepreneurs with not only with the big things but the unnoticed small things.
Yeah, but Jitesh, I have a doubt rising in my mind. How would a woman at the adult stage can secure their future with a well thought out plan?
Sridhar, as we discussed about two inspirational women who are financially stable, they understand the term financial independence, which is about deciding what to do with their money. This awareness can help women to not just save money but also invest in various financial instruments.
How can we implement this? Is this applicable to the life?
Yeah, that is like by tracking our spendings to improve our finances. You should regularly monitor the progress of your business on a daily basis. You should know how much money you have in the bank and how many sales you are making and your stock levels. Creating a realistic monthly budget, starting an investment strategy, that one needs to understand that financial planning is not only about investment, and it is definitely not just another like fancy word for investing in stock markets. Financial planning is a holistic approach to your personal finances, and which takes into consideration your cash flows, assets, liabilities, risk, and all. And the insurance needs after considering all existing assets and resources of one owns.
Yes, Dinesh. I think all these techniques will help or will give result us to help understand how all our department work together to impact our all financial health, and it will eliminate all guessings and estimate and give financial leadership clear data, like giving opportunities and overall reduces the financial complexities, right?
Yes. I have a question for everyone that we all have seen some women who are having jobs but don't think of saving money. Uh, could any other members share their opinion on this issue?
Namshivaya. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
So I would like to suggest the 50-30-20 rule of budgeting. Like it's an easy budgeting method that can help us to manage our money simply and efficiently. So the basic rule is to divide our monthly after-tax income into three categories, like 50% for the needs, like the daily needs, provisions, medicines, and 30% for the wants, like clothings, apparels, and other things, and the rest 20% for savings or paying off the debits. Thank you.
Namshaya. I have something to add or share. It's about emergency fund, which help us to reduce the stress level when we face some sudden issues or problems like job loss and car troubles, or etc. And how much we can invest or save in this emergency fund is like depending on your expense uh, and income. It can be like 3 or 6 months of your monthly income. For example, like if you earn 30K in a month, and 50K of will be going like in routine expense, and then the emergency fund should be somewhat like 60K or to 1 lakh. And also as per our choice, we can take it like long term or short term. And that's it. Thank you.
Yeah, like we discussed, having a financial plan will ensure you are always aware of your current financial standing and where your money is invested or saved and how much of it will be available for you. And this allows you to become completely open minded when you come across an opportunity or emergency, like the Meg has been mentioned. Furthermore, if you get any bonus or raises, you have an acute understanding of where the money can go without requiring you to consult several people.
Jitesh, I think you're muted.
Um,
Sorry. And also, a financial plan is not only a method to save money. These can generate a secondary or even tertiary income for our family. This income, however small, can be used to improve our standard of living. With a financial plan, you can save enough money to fund your lifestyle even after retirement.
Now I'm going to mention a quote of our Chancellor, Mata Amritandamai, who is the greatest personality in India who has been spreading love and compassion among people through deeds. Whatever you are, a woman or a man, your real humanity will come to light only when the feminine and masculine qualities within you are balanced. Amma.
It feels nice to have a day to celebrate the achievements of women. Thus, on this International Women's Day, let's recognize the significance of women in our lives and on society and inspire them for a greater future achievements. As we can contribute equally to home, to the society and for the nation. Thank you.
Thank you, Anamsha.
Um, Thank you, Jitesh, and thank you, Srita, for this enlightening conversation. Well, after this particular conversation, I think financial independence has a lot of benefits, right? It'll help us get more composed, and which in turn will help us to get more. It helps us to gather ourselves and fight back in any case of mishappening, right? So, and what do you guys think about this? You're free to express your thoughts, raise your hand, and anybody has anything, any story to share or any bit, anybody? Uh, Nobody? That's fine. Okay. And now let's talk about the. Okay, we have someone. Okay. Um, Now, let's talk about the last group and the last phase, which is old is gold, right? And we here have Bhavna from S4 EAC and Bhavani from S2 MSc Maths to talk about the elderly phase. Over to them.
Hope I'm audible and visible. So, Namashivaya, I'm Kaldindi Bhavna, a second year student from EAC branch.
And I'm Bhavani Shri from Integrated MSc Math. Today, on the occasion of Women's Day, we, the Old School team, would like to share our thoughts about the financial independence of elderly women.
Financial independence of women reminds me of a saying by Rima Al Saud, who is a member of the House of Saud and the Saudi Arabian ambassador in the US. She said that she truly believes that liberty for a woman comes from the ability to make financial decisions for her life. This quote makes me wonder about the status of financially independence in the elderly women. Like we do see the times have changed and we have a lot of working adult women. So, what do you think about the elderly women, Bhavani?
Uh, According to my knowledge, Bhavana, and what I see, there aren't many elderly women who are financially independent. Like when they were our age, the literacy levels were not as good as they are now, and they had their personal reasons as well. I would like to show the image of data representing the literacy rates in India. According to the data from the Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementations of Elderly in India 2021 report, we can see the literacy rates of women were even very less in the 1990s.
Yes, true. It's very less. And because of less literacy rates, naturally they would depend on others for finance. And so I would like to share the data showing about the financial dependency of elderly in India. This report is also taken from the Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementations, Elderly in India 2021. So we can see that it shows the financial dependency of elderly in 2017 to 18. There are only about 10% of women who are financially independent. Like we can see there's a lot of dependent women, about two-thirds of them, and even one-fourth of the women are partially dependent. So we have only 10% of elderly women who are financially independent, even in the urban areas. It's a very less amount.
That's true, Bhavana. Many elderly women are financially dependent. Talking about elderly people reminds me of a quote by Hannah Gadsby. which is we need to hear stories from older women. There's a wealth of wisdom and real resilience there, but they are silent. So I would like to share a story which I heard from my great grandmother and grandmother. The story is about their personal lives, through which we can get a clear idea of financially dependent women and women who have faced economic crisis at a very early age. My great grandmother and grandmother have faced these issues of financial stability and economic crisis. My great grandmother studied only till fifth standard and she got married because child marriage was prevalent those days. So because of this, she became financially dependent, and so she made all her children study. Though my grandmother studied, due to the family situation, due to the economic crisis in the family, she couldn't pursue her ambition, and she had to do work and do help the family for the to balance the economic crisis. So now she is also a dependent woman. So this was the experience I wanted to share. Chechi, like Bhavana, do you have anything to add upon?
Yes, Bhavani, like I agree with you on the points you spoke about. Like, because even my grandmothers are not financially independent, and one of the main reasons would be lack of education. And my grandmother did tailoring to support her family, but that's not a job which, gives her pension after a certain age when she won't be able to work anymore. So she has to depend on others for finance.
Yes, Bhavana, not having a job which will assure us of our financial stability in our old age is another reason for being financially dependent.
Definitely. And by the way, Bhavani, we are discussing about what are the reasons of elderly women being financially dependent. But what do you think is the necessity of being financially independent in that age?
That's a valid question, Bhavana. I would say being financially independent is necessary even in that age because we never know what emergency situations we may come across. For example, the person the woman is financially dependent on is not able to earn due to some reasons or something even happens to that person. Then what will happen to that elderly woman?
True. Like now that you say, if there was an elderly woman who was financially independent in that situation, I'm sure she would be able to take care of herself and her family.
Yes, Bhavana. And not only that, when we are financially dependent on someone, we will have to do things which they want, and we would be constantly thinking whether we should do this or not, whether we can buy this or not, and much more.
Yes, like basically we'll be losing our freedom of choice and decision making.
Yes, Bhavana. But if we are financially independent, we won't come across such situations and we will feel more confident in ourselves.
True. And Dhani, I recently came across this news about Bhuvaneshwari Amma, who recently won the Malayalam Manorama's Karshakasri Award. Do you know about her?
Bhavana, I did hear about her, but I didn't know about her story. So, do you know about her?
Yes, I actually got interested in her story and read about it.
Oh,
So
that's nice.
her husband was a maths teacher who retired as a principal and got an ancestral property or land. She uh, and her two sons, who secured jobs in European countries, purchased all the adjacent land. So she has converted the barren land of 24 acres to a productive farm of varied crops. She even, works alongside the agricultural laborers at her fields, operates the tractors, and also takes up multiple other roles in the field, even at the age of 62. And
That's
what I
great.
like the yeah, and what I like the most about her is that not only is she financially independent and working at that age, but the fact that she does organic farming and all her work is so innovative. Like she has animal husbandry on the sidelines, which takes care of her manure, which she requires for farming. And her idea of farm tourism is something which I personally never heard before.
Wait. What is farm tourism? Even I am hearing this for the first time.
Yes, so basically, she gives the old tile roofed houses which she has for farm tourism, where the tourists, including the foreigners, when they visit her farms, they stay there and they learn about the goodness of organic farming.
Wow, that seems really interesting. Like, if you go there and see, you will know the amount of work which is put into the food we eat, and the fact that they are providing houses to stay would definitely give the tourists a comfortable stay and know. a knowledge of gaining too.
Yes, true. And also, apart from this farm tourism thing, the fact that she reads about modern farming techniques and uses them for organic farming is also unbelievable. And the amount of hard work she puts in it at that age is really commendable, in my opinion. Through this, I think she was able to provide better education to her children, and she also volunteered in helping others during COVID pandemic. Like she provided food for COVID affected people. I think she can be taken as a inspiration for being financially independent and being able to help others in that age.
Yes, Bhavana, her story is really inspiring. It also gives me confidence that elderly women can definitely be financially independent. What do you think, Bhavana? Like, how can elderly women become financially independent?
True. I too believe that it is possible for elderly women to be financially independent because, like as we discussed before, the main reasons for being financially dependent were not having education and jobs, which was because women were kind of confined to household work and there was no gender equality in the past. And as women were not exposed to different situations, the outer world, it was difficult for them to handle the financial situations.
Is there any change that is being undergone in these situations, Bhavana?
Yes, there are changes being undergone now and will definitely undergo in future too. Like today, we can see women in every field and equally active as men, which definitely gives them a great exposure for handling unexpected situations and taking up different responsibilities on their own. So as time passes, definitely elderly women will be financially independent more and more. What is your opinion, Bhavani?
Yes, Bhavana. Time will bring the necessary changes. And I think elderly women can also do a few small jobs as well, which can help them in being financially independent. Like women who are educated can teach others and be advisors, whereas elderly women who are not well educated can work on things they are interested in, like weaving, tailoring, cooking, etc.
Yes, and like with the growth in technology and social media nowadays, we can see many elderly women as well as YouTubers. They cook and show delicious recipes and earn money through it. For example, we have Nisha Madhulikaji, a 62-year-old woman. She has a cooking channel on YouTube with 12.4 million subscribers. So any elderly woman who is interested can take such people as inspiration as well.
Yes, Bhavana. And apart from it, I would say that women now are educated and exposed enough to make a financial plan and follow it so that they are financially independent in the elderly age as well.
True.
They can take the help of bank schemes like simple interest fixed deposit and cumulative interest fixed deposit. And the elderly people get a higher rate of interest as well. There is also a senior citizen scheme, if I'm not wrong, in the post office, which also gives a higher rate of interest. There are also different ways to make a financial plan, like the 70-20-10 rule.
70-20-10 rule. What is that rule, Bhavani?
Yes, Bhavana, 70-20-10 rule, where 70% of our earnings will go to the monthly bills and everyday spending, and 20% will go for the savings and the things where we invest, and 10% will go to the debt repayment and donating if we have any.
Oh, these are all good plans and schemes, in my opinion. But do you think the elderly women, will know about these?
Yes, Bhavana, that is one drawback. The point is to educate the elderly women about their financial plans at that age. What do the other group think about it?
Namaskar. I have a point to add. Um, we should educate women from a younger age about financial plans. And one more point, we should start preparing and following the financial plans by our 30s itself. So, which will help in being financially stable at the elderly age. Yeah,
Yes,
that's it.
true. Any more opinions?
I have. Uh, like if an elderly woman have some sort of passion like crafting and all, they can start selling that. It will help them to take incomes, and it will help them to grow, and actually it also make them happy for what they are doing. It will be so helpful for them. And that's it. Thank you.
Thank you for the point. So I believe that with all these points, for sure we will see the growth in financially independent elderly women continuing in future too. So that's it. Happy Women's Day. Thank you.
Happy Women's Day. Thank you.
Uh, Thank you, Bhavna, and thank you, Bhavani, for that informative conversation and that beautiful example of Bhuvaneshwari Amma. I am now inspired. It was nice knowing that. So I think we have come to the end, and I'd like to conclude, or rather summarize, this eye-opening event and the conversation among these groups by saying that this definitely is a wake-up call to all of us, right? And having gone through the perks of financial education, we understood that this financial education is very, very vital for women to overcome all kind of obstacles in all areas of life. And this will also help them achieve significant progress because gender equality today is it helps for a sustainable tomorrow, right? I hope you all agree with me on this. And if anybody has any point or anything to add upon, they can please raise your hand and share. Or else, let's go for the Shanti mantra and conclude. Anybody wants to add anything? You can. Okay, I see nobody wants to. So now let's conclude by calling Parvati again for the Shanti mantra.
लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु। लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु। लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ओम्।
Namaskar.